In this video, we will discuss a critical mistake that can worsen glaucoma and how to avoid it to protect your vision. Imagine going about your day, feeling perfectly fine, unaware that something is silently threatening your vision. That's the reality with glaucoma, the silent thief of sight. The problem is, it doesn't come with pain or obvious symptoms. By the time you notice, it could be too late. Most people make the mistake of thinking they're safe and skip their glaucoma treatment, but that's a huge risk. Glaucoma silently increases intraocular pressure, causing optic nerve damage and eventually vision loss. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll have the knowledge to stop this mistake and secure your vision for the future. When you think of eye health, it's easy to focus on things like improving vision with glasses or protecting against the sun with sunglasses. But there's another much sneakier condition that could be silently stealing your sight: glaucoma. This group of eye diseases doesn't shout for attention. It works quietly, behind the scenes, and often without symptoms. Glaucoma is a condition where damage occurs to the optic nerve, usually due to elevated intraocular pressure. That's right, the pressure inside your eyes gradually builds up, and over time, it starts to harm the very nerve responsible for transmitting the images you see to your brain. Left unchecked, this can lead to severe vision loss. Now here's the thing, it's often referred to as the silent thief of sight, and for a very good reason. You may not notice it until the damage has already been done. In fact, it's estimated that more than 3 million Americans have glaucoma, yet only about half of them know it. The reason? Glaucoma symptoms can be hard to detect early on. By the time you realize something's wrong, the damage may already be significant. It's like trying to repair a car's engine after it's already broken down on the highway. You're much better off catching the problem early. For many people, the initial signs can be so subtle that they're easy to miss. This is why it's crucial to understand glaucoma prevention and keep regular eye exams on your schedule, even if you feel perfectly fine. This isn't just a matter of seeing the world clearly, it's about preserving your vision for the future. But why should you care about this now? Well, most people with glaucoma don't even know they are at risk. You might feel perfectly fine, but meanwhile, the intraocular pressure is steadily rising. And if you don't act, that's when you run into trouble. In fact, the worst mistake anyone with glaucoma can make is to not pay attention to the early signs and skip their prescribed glaucoma treatment. But more on that later. Let's dive right into it. The biggest mistake most people with glaucoma make is skipping or not following through with their treatment plan. Seems simple enough, right? Yet, it's incredibly common. People tend to think, well, I don't feel any different. My vision seems fine, and just like that, they stop using their eye drops for glaucoma. Or they take a break from their treatment, thinking it's not that big of a deal. But here's the truth, this is where the real damage happens. It might not be noticeable today, or tomorrow, but over time, that inaction will lead to irreversible vision loss. So, why do people make this mistake? Well, there are a few reasons. First, there's the fear of side effects. Some people experience stinging or blurred vision after applying their drops, and understandably, that can be unpleasant. Others might feel frustrated because they don't see immediate changes. And yet, the most dangerous thing they can do is stop the treatment altogether. Think of it like taking medicine for high blood pressure. If you stop taking it just because you feel fine, the risks of a stroke or heart attack become far more likely. Another reason people stop treatment is simply forgetting. It's easy to get caught up in the chaos of everyday life, and it's especially hard to stay on top of things like eye drops if you don't notice any immediate effects. But here's the thing, glaucoma doesn't give you a second chance. Every time you skip a dose, you're taking a risk. That intraocular pressure may be rising, and with it, the possibility of optic nerve damage. Now, think about it. How many of you have forgotten to take your eye drops in the past week? Or maybe you skipped a dose because you didn't feel any different. It's a lot more common than you think. But that mistake? It's the one that can quietly steal your sight. Now that we've covered the importance of sticking to your glaucoma treatment plan, let's take a closer look at why it's so crucial. Understanding the science behind it can help you see why this isn't just about applying eye drops. It's about protecting your vision and your future. Glaucoma is primarily caused by elevated intraocular pressure, which puts pressure on the optic nerve. Think of the optic nerve as the information highway from your eyes to your brain. If the pressure in your eyes gets too high, it compresses this nerve, and over time, it can cause irreversible damage. This damage is what leads to vision loss. And here's the kicker: once the optic nerve is damaged, there's no turning back. That's why treatment is so critical. The goal isn't to reverse damage that's already done, it's to stop further damage from occurring. Medications, particularly eye drops for glaucoma, are designed to lower this intraocular pressure. By reducing the pressure, these drops help preserve the health of the optic nerve, keeping your vision intact. That's why consistency with these drops is non-negotiable. You might not feel any different, but that's because the effects are happening behind the scenes. The pressure is going down, the nerve is staying safe, and your vision is protected. There are also other treatments available if eye drops alone aren't enough. Your doctor might recommend oral medications, laser therapy, or even surgery in more severe cases. These options all work to reduce eye pressure, but the key remains: consistency. Skipping treatments, whether it's missing a dose of eye drops or delaying laser treatment, can allow the pressure to build back up, leading to more damage. Let me give you an example. Jane, a patient I once worked with, had been diagnosed with mild glaucoma. At first, she was great about using her eye drops, but over time, she got busy and started missing doses. Before she knew it, her intraocular pressure shot back up, and the damage to her optic nerve worsened. By the time she came in for a follow-up, she was dealing with severe vision loss that could have been avoided if she just stuck with her treatment. It didn't have to happen that way. Her case is not unique. Too many people let their guard down, only to realize too late that the damage is already done. So the takeaway here is simple: whether you're using eye drops for glaucoma, oral medications, or considering laser treatment, your treatment plan works to lower your intraocular pressure and protect the optic nerve. The more consistent you are, the better the chances that you'll be able to manage glaucoma and keep your vision intact. By now, you've probably realized just how important it is to stick to your treatment plan when managing glaucoma. So, how do you make sure you don't fall into the trap of skipping doses or losing track of your medications? Well, it all comes down to consistency, but with a little planning and effort, you can make it part of your routine. Let's break it down. First things first, building a consistent routine is key. One of the easiest ways to remember to take your eye drops is by incorporating them into something you already do. For example, keep your eye drops right next to your toothbrush. Every time you brush your teeth, you'll see the drops, and it'll serve as a visual cue to take them. Another helpful trick is setting a daily reminder on your phone. You can even program your alarm to go off at the same time each day, making it part of your regular schedule. These little tweaks help you stay on top of things without having to think too much about it. But what if you're experiencing discomfort or side effects from the medication? That's another reason people stop treatment, but don't make the mistake of suffering in silence. If the eye drops are causing irritation or blurred vision, it's crucial to talk to your doctor. There are plenty of alternatives out there, from different brands of drops to oral medications and even laser treatments. Your doctor is there to help you find the best solution for your eyes. Remember, managing glaucoma isn't one size fits all. It's about finding what works for you. Here's the thing: the longer you put off treatment, the more damage you risk. So, take action today. If you haven't been consistent with your eye drops or your doctor's recommendations, now's the time to change that. Whether it's scheduling that overdue eye appointment, refilling your prescription, or simply getting back on track with your drops, taking one small step today can make all the difference for your long-term vision. Don't wait until the damage is irreversible. Take charge of your eye health now. Now that you know the critical mistake most people with glaucoma make and how to avoid it, it's time to take action. Ask yourself, are you sticking to your treatment plan? Are you consistent with your eye drops? If not, what's holding you back? Take a moment and reflect on how this small adjustment can save your vision. It's not just about following a doctor's orders, it's about securing your future and protecting the one sense that you can't get back once it's gone. So, what's your next step? Schedule that eye exam, refill your prescription, or simply set that reminder on your phone. Start today. Your eyes deserve it. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more life-changing health tips. Make sure you hit that bell so you won't miss the next video, where we'll dive deeper into other critical health topics you can't afford to ignore. And remember, Taking control of your health today could be the key to a clearer, brighter tomorrow. Watch the next video that appears on your screen to continue learning more.